Ever feel like your resume is being swallowed up in a big black hole as soon as you hit submit? What if I told you that an ATS, aka applicant tracking system, might be the gatekeeper standing between you and your next dream job interview? Well, in this video, I'm sharing the ins and outs of writing a resume that doesn't just talk to these systems, but gets them excited to learn more about you. And stick around because I'm sharing a handful of quick ChatGPT hacks to help you streamline the entire resume writing process. So if you're ready to crack the ATS code and push your resume to the top of the stack, hit the like button down below and subscribe to this channel if you're new here. Let's get your resume into the yes pile. Now, to kick things off, step one of getting your resume past the ATS is understanding ATS algorithms. So first things first, to beat the ATS, you need to know what you're up against. ATS, or applicant tracking systems, are like the bouncers of the job application process. They're constantly programming, scanning, sorting, and ranking resumes based on specific criteria. And then, like those vigilant bouncers, they can spot an underqualified resume from a mile away and keep it out of the interview club. Now, these systems are looking for specific elements like keywords, job titles, and of course, relevant skills. They can even assess your professional experience based on the dates and duration of your past roles. Now, here's the good news. You can optimize your resume for these algorithms. By understanding what the ATS looks for, you can craft a resume that's not just a list of jobs and education, but a strategic tool that sails right through these digital gatekeepers. Which leads us on to our next step to write an ATS-friendly resume, and that is choosing the right keywords. Keywords are essentially the secret sauce to making your resume ATS-friendly. They are the skills, abilities, and experience that the ATS is programmed to prioritize. The trick is figuring out what those keywords are for each job you apply for. You want to start by looking closely at the job description. Look for specific skills and qualifications that the employer emphasizes in the job description. Are they looking for someone with project management experience or someone who excels in cross-functional team leadership? The key is to use the exact language from the job description. Now, here's a quick hack for this. Jump over to ChatGPT and ask it to extract the top 10 most important skills from the position. Now, you'll of course need to give it the job description so it knows what to look for. Don't just sprinkle these keywords randomly. Integrate them into your accomplishments, into your experience, into your resume summary. For example, if data analysis is a key skill, don't just state skilled in data analysis. Show it in action. Here's a different way you could say that. Led a data analysis initiative that increased sales by 20%. Now that you've got your keywords locked and loaded, it's time to format your resume in a way the ATS and eventually the hiring manager will love. But before we jump into formatting, I have a free resource for you. If you need assistance with AI-powered prompts for ChatGPT, take a look at this cheat sheet right here. It's packed with proven prompts to optimize your job search, enhance your resume and cover letter, master your interviews, and a lot more. I'll place a link for you in the description below. All right, let's get into resume formatting for ATS compatibility. Now, formatting your resume for the ATS is a bit like Tetris. Everything needs to fit perfectly into place. The ATS can be finicky, and if your resume isn't formatted to its liking, it may not be able to read it at all, which means you're out of the running before you even start. So first, ditch any complicated graphics, tables, columns, or any other fancy elements. They might look nice, but the ATS gets tripped up by them. Stick to standard word processing features like bullet points and clear, consistent headings for each section. Then choose a simple professional font like Cambria or Calibri and keep your font size at least 11 points so that it's easy to read by both the ATS and the human reader, who will hopefully review it next. Finally, structure your resume with the standard sections like contact information, professional summary, work experience, education, and skills. Use clear, straightforward titles for each section to ensure that the ATS recognizes them. For example, just work experience is actually okay. You don't need to get fancy with titles like professional journey. Remember, the key here is simplicity and clarity. The ATS favors resumes that are straightforward and easy to navigate. Now, to save you tons of time and energy formatting your resume, take a look at my free resume template and example. It's structured perfectly for the ATS. I'll include a special link for you down below. Diving into the fourth step to write an ATS compliant resume, and that is highlighting your relevant skills and experience. This is where you make the ATS see you're not just a good choice, but the best choice. Your resume needs to be more than a list. It should be a highlight reel of your professional life. But not everything is going to score the points with the ATS. You've got to get selective and showcase the skills and experiences that mirror the job you're aiming for. So of course, start with the most recent and relevant positions that you've held. Flesh out each role with bullet points that hit upon the skills and the keywords that the ATS picked up on earlier. But here's the thing, relevance is king. If you've got an extensive work history, it can be tempting to include it all, but it's not relevant to the position you're applying for. It's just noise to the ATS. So for each position, include bullet points that tell a success story. Did you increase sales? Did you improve efficiency? Maybe you led a team through a challenging project. Quantify these achievements with numbers and data whenever possible. Here's an example. Instead of saying managed a team, say led a team of 10 and increased productivity by 20%. Now, of course, you could make that bullet point even better, but here's a little hack. Let's use ChatGPT to be your co-writer. Draft your bullet points with your results and accomplishments, then jump over to ChatGPT with a prompt like, hey, can you help me enhance these bullet points to be more impactful and results driven? And remember, if you're not familiar with AI just yet or using ChatGPT, make sure you grab your 25 ChatGPT proven prompts for job seekers to help you get started. There's a link in the description for you down below. Okay, so on to the fifth step to creating an ATS compliant resume, and that is to tailor your resume for each job. I want you to think of each job description as a blueprint. Your task, craft your resume to match that blueprint as closely as possible. It's about mirroring the language, meeting the requirements, and showing you're in sync with what they're looking for. This means more than just swapping out the company and job title. It means really digging deep into the job description and aligning your resume to it. You want to highlight the experience that directly relates to the tasks and responsibilities listed. For example, if they're looking for someone with experience in leading projects, make your project management skills at the forefront. And when in doubt, turn to your nifty co-writer ChatGPT. You can ask something like, hey, can you help me better tailor my resume to this position? Or, based on this job description, which of my skills and experiences should I highlight? Remember, when using ChatGPT, you'll need to give as much information as possible if you want really good results. So share the job description along with your resume, of course, remaining mindful about not sharing your contact information. The key here is to remember that tailoring your resume shows the employer that you've put thought into your application. It shows you're serious about the job and that you've made the effort to understand what they're really looking for. With that, let's move on to the sixth step to writing an ATS-friendly resume, and that is to maintain the human touch. This is arguably the most important step. After all, it's people, not machines, who will ultimately make the call on your application. So even though we've optimized your resume for the ATS, we can't forget that your resume should also resonate with humans who will read it after the ATS gives it the green light. Throughout your resume, use language that paints a picture of your professional narrative. Your bullet points shouldn't just be cold, hard fact. They should tell a story, your story. When you describe an achievement, include how it felt, what you learned, or how it contributed to your team's success. This doesn't mean writing an essay. It means drafting a narrative in a few powerful words. So here's another example. Rather than stating increased sales by 20%, you could say something like fueled a 20% surge in sales, igniting team enthusiasm and sparking a new era of customer engagement. See how the second sentence has life? It has energy. It's a human. And don't forget the basics of human connection. Your name, the way you present your contact information, a personal touch in your summary. These details matter more than you might think. They make you memorable, relatable, and most importantly, human. Remember, at the end of the day, it's not just about ticking boxes for the ATS. It's about creating a connection with the people who will be your colleagues and your mentors. So click or tap the video right here to learn how to create a compelling cover letter using artificial intelligence. And if you like this video, be sure to tap the thumbs up button down below. Be sure to subscribe to this channel for more videos like this, and I'll see you in the next one.